Hi guys! In this video, I'm gonna go through the different types of visa available in the UAE and most importantly, how to get them. If you're planning to move to the UAE but don't know where to start or how to go about it, then this video should help clarify things for you. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just click on the subscribe button. To live in the UAE, you need a residence visa. This is the very first step and it is crucial. No one can settle here without this. While you can enter the country with a tourist visa, it only lasts for a couple of months depending on your country of origin, and it doesn't allow you to complete the essential steps for settling in the UAE. With a tourist visa, you cannot open a bank account or obtain a permanent phone line or rent a long-term accommodation or even enroll your children to school. In short, you absolutely need to convert your tourist visa into a residence visa to settle permanently. So how do you get it? There are actually different types of residence visa. They all have different application requirements, costs, and also grant you different rights. In this video, I won't be discussing the costs associated with each visa as they vary depending on multiple criteria specific to each individual and also every emirate. I invite you to have a look at official government websites or approach specialized companies to inquire about this. The least expensive way to get a residency visa in the UAE is to be employed by a company, because the company will be responsible for covering all of your visa fees. In some cases, the company can even pay for your spouse's visa and those of your children. Generally, your work visa will be valid for 2 years, renewable, so the hardest part will be finding a job. You can start by looking at international websites such as Indeed or LinkedIn, or local sites such as Gulf Talent or Bait.com. I also advise you to activate your network. Perhaps you know people who already live in the UAE or in the Gulf region and who will be able to help you with your search. Setting up a business in the UAE can entitle you to a residence visa, whether you are a freelancer or an entrepreneur. You can self-sponsor and obtain your visa through the free zone you have set up your business in or through your local sponsor. The requirements vary depending on the type of activity, the permits or licenses related to your business, the money invested as an entrepreneur, etc. So I really advise you to approach specialized companies that can help and advise you the best. Generally, the freelance license fees are quite cheap, so it is the most cost-effective way to get a self-sponsored visa. The remote worker visa was introduced following the COVID pandemic. You can obtain a residence visa valid for 1 year, renewable, if you work 100% remotely for a company based outside of the UAE, and if you earn a minimum monthly salary of $3,500 or approximately £2,800. Another way to obtain a residence visa is to buy a property in the UAE. There are two types of real estate investors visa, a 2-year visa and a 10-year visa, also called the golden visa. To obtain the golden visa, you must purchase a property in the UAE worth a minimum of 2 million dirhams. The rules have recently been relaxed regarding obtaining this visa. Until now, you had to pay 1 million dirhams in cash, meaning not mortgaged, out of the total value of the property to qualify for the golden visa. This minimum of 1 million has just been removed. This means that you can now apply for the golden visa as soon as you buy a property worth at least 2 million, regardless of how you finance it, and you can also apply no matter how much you've already paid at the time of the application. This applies to off-plan properties that offer payment payment plans over several years. You just need to make the down payment, whether it's 10%, 15, 20%, that gives you a temporary property title. And with this title stating that you are the owner and that the property worth at least 2 million, you can already apply for the Golden Visa before even paying the property in full. This change also applies to past transactions, but it is based on the value of the property at the time of purchase and not its market value. So if you bought a property last year for 1.5 million and today it's worth 2 million on the market, you cannot obtain the Golden Visa with that property because the value that will be considered is the one on your title deed, meaning the 1.5 million. That's the money you actually spent. It is also important to note that the visa is attached to your property. If you sell your property, your visa will be automatically cancelled at the time of the property transfer. There are other ways to obtain the Golden Visa. For example, for people who invest significant amount of money in businesses in the UAE according to certain criteria. As for the highly skilled workers or scientists benefiting from specific skills or talents, but also exceptional students or graduates meeting specific criteria, they can obtain a Golden Visa for a duration of 5 years. In addition to the Golden Visa, there is a second visa for real estate investors. It is a 2-year renewable visa that you can obtain as soon as you buy a property worth a minimum of 750,000 dirhams, and this visa also entitles you to sponsor your spouse and your children. You can apply for a retirement visa valid for 5 years, renewable, as soon as you have the retired status in your country of residence and meet one of the following conditions. Either you have a monthly income of 20,000 dirhams net, either you have 1 million dirhams in savings, or you own a property in the UAE worth minimum 1 million dirhams. That's it for this video on the different residence visa available in the UAE. It is important to note that rules may vary from one emirate to another, so you should always inquire with the competent authorities or specialized companies. I hope this video has shed some light on the various possibilities when it comes to moving to the UAE. If it has, feel free to let me know by hitting the like button, leave me a comment below, share this video with anyone that could be interested, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel not to miss any of my future videos. Thank you and see you soon.